Ladies and gentlemen, if we could all stand. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, welcome to this festive occasion. Marriage is the thing that lets you annoy one really special person for the rest of your life. Most of you have been the victim of my cheeky disposition or dad jokes at some point in time. That will be no different today. For those of you that don't know, my name is Christopher Forrester. I'm honored to be a first-time officiant on this day of celebration, and I would like to welcome each of you to my wedding. Who gives this bride today?
Her mother and I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Get this party started. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life. I'm sorry, I just really like that song. I knew I was going to do it, so I just decided to roll with it. Let me start again. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today for free wine and food. But before we get there, we will witness the joining of two hearts, Bethany Megan and Michael Tyler, before this universe. Together we will share in the joy of this union and celebrate the love that surrounds us. Bethany and Michael will now embark on an incredible journey together, and on this path, from this day, they will always have a hand to hold, a smile to comfort, and far less blanket than they're accustomed to. Mark Twain wisely spoke on marriage. He noted that marriage makes of two fractional lives a whole. It gives to two purposeless lives a work. It gives to two questioning natures a reason for living and something to live for. It will give a new gladness to the sunshine, a new fragrance to the flowers, a new beauty to the earth, and a new mystery to life. May you all remember and cherish this day, for on this day we will forever bind Bethany and Michael together in matrimony. It's hard to believe that it's been just over 10 years that I've known Beth and she's been a part of my life. I remember quite vividly meeting Beth for the first time. Kayla brought her to a restaurant, and we all sat down together. I wanted so badly to make a good impression. I have a fairly limited amount of tricks, though, up my sleeve to impress anybody under the age of 13. But nevertheless, I tried. I sat down across from her, and this little wide-eyed girl looked at me, and I resorted to the corniest method in my arsenal, magic. So I pulled out some coins and did some coin tricks and made corny jokes, and she smiled at me. I tried to be cool and hip, but those are definitely, anybody that knows me, those are things that I'm just not, that's not who I am. So, but that smile I took to mean good things. I assure you that the rapid-fire Q&A session with Sandra Rumsey that came several weeks later required an exponentially greater level of expertise on my part. And so it was that I would go on to marry my person, Kayla. Hashtag shout out. And the years went by, and this little white-eyed girl, Beth, moved to Louisville and instantly became a huge part of our lives, a giant part of our lives. And suddenly I found myself hanging out exclusively with not one, but two amazing, talented, lovely young women with whom I would watch endless hours of Taylor Swift music videos. I don't know if you know this, but watching T-Swizzle videos more than 5 times in one night induces a certain type of psychosis. Beth is my little sister, and like most siblings, we have had our share of arguments and disagreements over the years. As is often the case, most of those were my fault because I said something inappropriate or at the wrong time. I have a knack for that sort of thing, but nevertheless, at the end of the day, she has always been my other best friend. I remember when Beth came home and told us that she had met somebody. She said, "Did you catch that?" Yeah, neither did I. So I'm quite confident I've only heard about 57% of the things that she said over the course of our relationship. She's quite soft-spoken. But my wife is a master translator, and later she informed me that what she had said was that she had met somebody named Michael, and she was quite enamored with him. We quickly went about setting up a meeting so we could have our own rapid-fire Q&A session with Michael. The first time I met Michael, I thought to myself, so this is the guy that I'm going to get stuck with at functions for the rest of my life. And by extension, I imagined that Rick Rumsey thought, thank God I don't have to be stuck with Chris anymore at functions. All kidding aside, I remember thinking that Michael was a swell guy and he seemed to have good intentions, and that made me happy. He pulled a huge smile out of Beth, and again, I took that smile to mean good things. Michael and Beth, marriage is more than a simple exchange of rings or combining of material assets. Rather, it is an indescribably powerful and shared commitment to one another. From this day, you will hold on to one another and find deeper levels of joy, happiness, and peace together. Let your marriage be the foundation upon which you build the rest of your lives. Then when life comes, and it will come, you will be safely resting on a solid platform from which you can watch the latest Taylor Swift video as many times as you like. This commitment will deepen, challenge, and strengthen your relationship in ways that you have never thought possible. And the joy that you'll find as you pursue your shared lives will provide the fuel to attack any challenges that you may encounter. I offer only this advice. Always work together, laugh together, love together. Focus on your shared devotion to one another and refuse to get caught up in worldly things that will only draw you apart. And you will find that as your relationship strengthens, you have come to share an extraordinary love that is both abundantly given, freely accepted, and uniquely yours. Today, Bethany and Michael have chosen to write their own promises and vows of commitment. At this time, I would like to invite them to share those promises to one another, and I would like to ask Beth to go first.
Michael, you have truly been a blessing for me, and I thank you for loving me and choosing to make me your wife. I vow to be your best friend and partner, to be your mentor as well as your student, to be a place of warmth and encouragement. As time passes, I vow to let changes and challenges make us stronger in our relationship. Wherever life takes us, I vow to be next to you, taking each step along with you. No matter how big or small, I vow to support you in all you do. I vow to celebrate your birthday and Christmas separately. From this day until my last, I vow to love you and only you. And I vow to always make sure you know how much I love you. And finally, I vow to kiss you as many times as you will let me.
Bethany, I vow from this day forth to love you, encourage you, trust you, and respect you. I vow to choose you every day, over and over, in good times and bad. I vow to tolerate your icy toes under the covers. I vow to not eat sushi without you when you are pregnant. I vow to see the world with you. And I vow to continue learning something new about you every single day. I vow to accept being late to everything. As a family, we will have a home filled with acceptance, compassion, laughter, learning, and most importantly, love. You are my constant friend, my partner in crime, and the love of my life from this day on.
So in my trusty officiant handbook, which I'm definitely following right down to the letter here, it says that this is the point where we will make a declaration of intent. So Bethany and Michael, if you could please join hands and stare into each other's eyes for an uncomfortable amount of time. That doesn't mean anything. I just thought it would be funny. So here we go. Bethany, do you take Michael to live together in the union of marriage as your best friend and partner in life, to honor, cherish, and love from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, for all of your days?
I do.
And Michael, do you take Bethany to live together in the union of marriage as your best friend and partner in life, to honor, cherish, and love from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, for all of your days?
I do.
The wedding ring's circular shape reflects the unending power of love, a force with no beginning and no end. You will wear these rings proudly until you gain enough weight that you have to have them cut off or use that amazing dental floss trick that they show on YouTube. It really is quite stunning. It's amazing. And at that point, you will purchase new rings, and you will let those rings remind you each day of your commitment and promise to one another. Bethany, please take the ring at this point. I want you to place the ring on Michael's finger and repeat after me. I, Bethany Megan, give you, Michael Tyler, this ring as a symbol of my love.
I, Bethany Megan, give you, Michael Tyler, this ring as a symbol of our love.
I commit my whole heart and soul to you.
I commit my whole heart and soul to you.
I promise to cherish you for the rest of my days.
I promise to cherish you for the rest of my days.
I give you all that I am and accept all that you are.
I give you all that I am and accept you for all that you are.
All right, Michael, if you could grab your ring. If you could place it on Beth's finger and repeat after me. I, Michael Tyler, give you, Bethany Megan, this ring as a symbol of my love.
I, Michael Tyler, give you, Bethany Megan, this ring as a symbol of our love.
I commit my whole heart and soul to you.
I commit my whole heart and soul to you.
I promise to cherish you for the rest of my days.
I promise to cherish you for the rest of my days.
I give you all that I am, and I accept all that you are.
I give you all that I am and accept all that you are.
Family and friends, by the power vested in me by the Universal Life Church and the state of Kentucky, it is my absolute honor to pronounce the guy I don't even mind being stuck with at weddings, Michael Tyler, and my wide-eyed best friend, Bethany Megan, as husband and wife. Michael, you may kiss your bride. All right, I've got only one more Taylor Swift joke for the entire thing. Ladies and gentlemen, she had a blank space and she wrote his name. It is with great pride that I present to you for the very first time Mr. and Mrs. Michael Tyler and Bethany Megan Mattingly.